Some shows don't need a celebrity narrator to introduce the show, but this show does. In a world filled with endless opportunities, why would two men who have built 13 multi-million-dollar businesses altruistically invest 5 hours per day to teach you the best practice business systems and moves that you can use? Because they believe in you, and they have a lot of time on their hands. They started from the bottom, now they're here. It's the Thrive Time Show starring the former U.S. Small Business Administration's Entrepreneur of the Year, Clay Clark, and the entrepreneur trapped inside an optometrist's body, Dr. Robert Zillner. 2 men, 8 kids, co-created by 2 different women, 13 multi-million-dollar businesses.
We started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, now we're here.
Mr. Clark started from the bottom, and now we're at the top, teaching you the systems to get what we got. Colton Dixon's on the hooks, I break down the books. C's bringing some wisdom and the good looks. As the father of 5, that's why I'm alive. So if you see my wife and kids, please tell them hi. It's the CNC up on your radio, and now 3, 2, 1, here we go.
We started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, now we're here. Now we're here.
1-5. David Robinson, thank you for being here, sir.
Thank you, Clay.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, when we're watching someone like yourself on Thrive, we begin to say things like, I don't know how they get it all done. Because you have 24 hours a day, I have 24 hours a day, and I think we all look at successful people and say, how do they find time?
Right.
And so what we're talking about here is specifically the idea of being proactive in a very busy world.
Yes.
So David, the best-selling author, Stephen Covey, he has famously written numerous books on success, but he says, I am not a product of my circumstances. I am a product of my decisions. What is the idea, what's that all about, I guess, accepting the idea that we can decide how our future is going to be? Do you believe that we can decide how our future is going to be, and we can...
to a certain extent, I think you can have a strong influence on how your future is going to be. I believe that our future is in God's hands, but I do believe you can have a large impact on it. How you act and how you prepare yourself, you can give yourself a great chance for success.
Now, I guess a good example of how I've seen you really be to make a decision to make the world a better place was that you drove every day to the stadium to play basketball, and you saw poverty all around you in San Antonio. And you decided to start a school to help some of the kids who are living in poverty, rather than just talking about the issue. You actually decided to take an action step and to get involved. Mm-hmm. What caused you to be proactive about making a difference rather than just reacting?
Well, when you're blessed, you have a responsibility. To whom much is given, much is required. So, to me, if I saw those people in need and I felt that I could do something about it, then I felt like I needed to make that a reality. And so our arena was right downtown, right near a church that I was going to, right near a barbershop that I go to. So I got a chance every day to go down there and kind of see people's lives, and I thought there's a way I can make a difference. I can encourage these kids. I can give them opportunities and open doors to them that they may otherwise not have seen.
Now, if I'm somebody watching this, I might be saying, well, it's great about being proactive, but I have kids, I'm married, or I have a phone that's always ringing. My inbox is I'm getting emails, right. I'm getting Facebook updates, I'm getting Twitter feeds. When you were in the NBA, always waking up in a different city. I mean, you wake up all the time. I bet you there's times you forgot what city you were in when you woke up.
Many times, yes.
And with the game being played every third night, how did you stay proactive about your marriage, and stay proactive about your kids and stay proactive about a lot of guys in the NBA and all sports. They retire. There was a statistic that came out, it was in the GQ, and it said that a little over 60% of all players go into bankruptcy
After they retire.
after they retire within 4 or 5
Sounds like
years.
a pretty accurate number, yeah.
So how do you stay
amazing.
proactive about those things with all those demands?
It's difficult. It really is. You have to set priorities. I mean, it's just that simple. You have to decide what is important to you, and then you put your time and your money and your energy towards those things. So for me, yes, I was busy. I was traveling a lot. I was away from my family a lot. But when I had the opportunity to be with my family, I set time aside to say, hey, my time is now yours. Whether it's the summertime and we spend 2 months away from the city, away from everything, just hanging out as a family. I let my boys know that you're high on my priority scale now. You're at the top. If you need anything, I'm going to be there. I have to work. I have to be gone sometimes. But when I'm here for you.
Now, Jack Welch, the CEO, a former CEO of GE, he says control your own destiny or somebody else will. So the idea of taking control of our day is sort of it's an idea it's new to a lot of people. I know it was new to me.
Yeah.
What do you do during the first hour of your day to kind of take control of your day? And what do you do every day that's sort of like your routine when you wake up?
Prayer for me. I mean, that gets my mind in the right place. It gives me a right perspective. Going into your day, there's always 1,000 things that are drawing your attention. Everyone wants you to call them. All kinds of things need to happen. There's pressures. There's things not going right. There's things, that are pending. There's always 1,000 things. And so for me, prayer kind of gives me a sense of I don't want to say the lack of importance of those things, but the proper perspective of those things. And that failure isn't really failure. And it's all in God's hands. So as I pray, it helps me to put those things in the right order. And if I don't fail if I don't succeed in a particular area, then I understand, hey, maybe this is an opportunity for me to learn and to grow.
Now, I'm only asking you this because I know that you've preached a few sermons, and I know that you're a man of God, and this is something. When you say you pray, how much time do you devote to prayer?
Whew, the more time, the better. I'll tell you that much. That's one thing I have learned. But no, I mean, in the morning, maybe, it might be 15 minutes. It might be 30 minutes. And if I'm particularly stressed, it might be an hour.
Okay.
But that time to me is really refreshing. It's just time where I can kind of, get rid of my own anxiety and kind of listen to God's voice. And, for me, prayer settles me down. It gives me the big picture. That everything that's happening here, just take it one step at a time. All things work together for good for those who love God. So it's all going to work out. And so it gives me time to really trust God. And I think it's the same, like if you have a relationship with your wife, you get to know your wife's voice. You get to hear and understand. Even if she's trying to fool you, you pick up the phone and you're talking and you're like, hey, that's you, isn't it, baby? It's the same way with God. I think the more time you spend reading your Bible and praying, you start to hear his voice and you kind of know. When it's God speaking to you, and it's like, okay, don't worry, I'll take care of it. Okay, Lord, thank you. We're moving on. So it's kind of a relationship thing you get to feel.
Do you use a to-do list and a day timer of some kind?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, well, everybody's got a cell phone now, but I have different to-do lists on my cell phone that I use every day. I'm terrible if I don't write things down.
Is there a certain app that you like to use, Dave?
Well, there's a couple of different apps that I use. There's a kind of a relatively obscure app named Tasks, which creative name. But I've been using it on my new little phone that I got. But the other one was a Reminders that I used to use on my other phone. So there's a zillion apps. I mean, it's you got to find something that helps you, but write things down. I mean, always there's all these things happening all the time. You got to keep tabs of them some way, and your mind's not really built to hold everything in.
As a business consultant, I work with a lot of companies. I work with dentists and neurologists and plastic surgeons and all different people that have very fancy titles and big companies, and then people that have small businesses. And what I find, there's a huge separation. It's almost like the people without day timers and to-do lists are stuck here. And the people that have these very successful companies have day timers and planners and to-do lists. And it's almost impossible at a certain point to have any sort of success because there's so many things that you need to do that you'll forget stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And so that's a fundamental.
And our minds are not built to, categorize and prioritize all of our things that need to get done that day, that week, that month, our goals for the week, the month. So it's, just unless you're brilliant and you can memorize everything, it's better to just write it down and you can always refer back to it. It keeps you on point, on target.
1-5.
How do you schedule your day? I mean, do you wake up after your prayer time? Do you look at your things that need to get done or the things that people think you need to get done and somewhat say, okay, well, I'm going to call this person back at 9 and then go to that meeting at noon and go work out here at 4? Or do you actually put stuff in your planner like that?
Yeah, I try to. I mean, organization is not my particular strength.
Okay.
So I have an assistant and a beautiful wife that do a great job at helping me stay organized.
Yeah.
So when I wake up in the morning, I look at my calendar. My day has generally been planned out. So usually when I get to that day, it's too late to kind of put a bunch of other things on there. But that to me it's wonderful. It gives me a good structure. I know exactly what's coming that day, and then I'm able to kind of play by ear and order the things that I think need to get done.
If you're sitting down talking to a business owner right now who just, for whatever reason, has never used a day planner, has never used a to-do list, and is just very reactive. They're not executing their marketing plan. They're not spending time with the kids. They're just sort of reacting. I think we've all been guilty of being there at one point or another.
Right.
What would you say to the reactor? What would you say right now? What kind of advice would you give to that person?
I would just say if you're spending your time reacting to issues all day, you're not being particularly efficient at all. You're missing out on a lot of the benefits of being an owner or being a father or being a husband, or you're missing out on the joyful parts of that. Once you have those things under control somewhat, then you can actually enjoy being the owner and you can enjoy being the husband and enjoy being the father. So, sometimes we end up kind of chasing our tail and we're running in circles all day long and we get really nothing done. And we're not able to enjoy ourselves. But I think if you want to take the time to plan a little bit, you'll be able to enjoy it a ton more.
I've noticed that for me as a business owner, one thing that's happened is to a very small degree, but in 2007 when I was named Entrepreneur of the Year for Oklahoma, a lot of people reached out to me with a lot of opportunities. And I noticed that some, at first you're flattered with opportunities. So I found myself saying yes, yes, yes. And then over time I've kind of learned that if it doesn't have a big upside that relates to my vision for my family and for my faith and my business, I just don't even really entertain it.
Right.
You probably spend more of your time saying no. I mean, in order to avoid reacting, you probably say no now more than anything, right?
I think my knee-jerk reaction now is probably more no than anything else.
Okay.
If there's any doubt, I usually have to say no. And that's you're right. There's lots of great opportunities out there. There's always a lot of great people. I mean, I do a lot of ministry, and all the ministries are great, but I don't have time for all of them. I can't go do everything. I can't go do so-and-so's, bar mitzvah. I can't go do, so-and-so's re-enlistment. There's this, I wish I had time to do all that stuff. I can't. So my initial response is generally no. I mean, especially at this stage in my life, being a dad and being a husband, I just don't have time to do all of that stuff. So you have to learn how to say no, and you have to learn when to say yes.
David, I think that some of the stuff you're saying here, it might seem to you or to other people as common sense. Or maybe someone watching this, they might say, well, God, some of this seems common sense, but yet it's not common. We're a culture that's reacting. We're a culture that at Thanksgiving, we're sitting there just responding to Facebook the entire time. Kids sitting on a couch not talking to each other because they're Facebooking. You have people that are just reacting through their life. And I think it's important that we take a proactive stand here. And I appreciate you being a guy who's been proactive about your views towards education, proactive about what the impact you're making in the community. And again, I just want to tell you thank you for taking the time to teach us a little bit about being proactive.
Oh, no, that's my pleasure. It's been great.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Clay.
All right, JT, so hypothetically, in your mind, what is the purpose of having a business?
To get you to your goals. So it's a vehicle to get you to your destination.
And would you need profits to get there? I mean, is when you have a business that's successful, in your expert opinion, would you need profits to get you to your goals?
Yeah, because if you have a $15 million business, but you have $15 million of expenses, it's kind of pointless.
Holy crap!
All right, so the question I would have here for you, if you could take 10 minutes or less and see if you could save $3,000 a year by reducing your credit card fees, would you do it?
Yes, absolutely.
Holy crap!
Why would somebody out there who's listening right now who has a sane mind, why would they not go to thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card, thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card to schedule a 10-minute consultation to see if they can reduce their credit card fees by at least $3,000 a year.
Why would they not do it?
Yeah, why would they not do it?
Maybe because they didn't understand how you said the website.
This tree is a symbol of the spirit of the Griswold family Christmas.
No, that's clear. Okay, so that could be true. So I would encourage everybody to check out thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card, thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card. What would be another reason why someone would not be willing to take 10 minutes to compare rates to see if they could save $3,000 or more on credit card fees?
Maybe they think it is a waste of time and that it won't. It's not possible.
There's somebody out there that's making more than $3,000 every 10 minutes, and they're like, nah, that's not worth my time.
We getting there, right money. We getting there, right money.
There's probably someone out there
Okay.
that would think that.
Well, I'll just tell you, folks, if you're out there today and you're making less than $3,000 per 10 minutes, I would highly recommend that you go to thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card because you can compare rates, you can save money. And, you know, the big goal, in my opinion, of building a business is to create time freedom and financial freedom. And in order to do that, you have to maximize your profits.
Holy crap!
Now, one way to maximize your profits is to increase your revenue. Another way to do it is to decrease your expenses.
It's a profit deal. It takes the pressure off.
JT, is there any other reason why somebody would not be willing to take 10 minutes to compare rates to see if they could save a total of $3,000 a year on average?
I am at a loss and I cannot think of any other.
Shampoo is better. I go on first and clean the hair. Conditioner is better. I leave the hair silky and smooth. Oh, really, fool? Really? Stop looking at me, Swan.
Well, let me tell you a good story here real quick here. I actually, years ago, compared rates with this company here called IPS. It's Integrated Payment Services. And I scheduled a consultation. I don't know that I was skeptical. I just thought, whatever, I'll take 10 minutes. I'll compare rates.
I can't tell.
You can tell me I'm a doctor.
No, I mean, I'm just not sure.
Or can't you take a guess?
Well, not for another 2 hours.
You can't take a guess for another 2 hours?
And in my case, my particular case, I save over $20,000 a year.
Holy crap!
Wow.
Which is, like groceries when my wife goes to the organic stores.
Find everything you need today?
Yeah.
Great, okay.
Oh, God. No.
Everything okay, ma'am?
It's just that you've only scanned a few items and it's already $60. I'm so scared.
Okay, I'm a trained professional, ma'am. I've scanned a lot of groceries. I need you to stay with me.
It's just that my in-laws are in town and they want a charcuterie board.
Well, this isn't gonna be easy, so I need you to be brave, all right? What's your name?
Patricia.
Trisha, all right. I need you to take a deep breath. We're about to do the cheese.
You know, that's the difference between eating organic and not organic. So because my wife eats organic, I had to take the 10 minutes needed to compare rates to save the $20,000 a year on credit card fees just for one of my companies.
One question. What's the brand name of the clock?
The brand name of the clock, Rod. Do we have name of the clock? It's an elegant from Ridgeway. It's from Ridgeway.
Let's
Buy the clock.
and sell the fireplace.
So I encourage everybody out there, go to thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card. You schedule a free consultation, request information. A member of our team will call you. They'll schedule a free consultation. It should take you 10 minutes or less. And then they're going to compare rates and see if they can't save you more than $3,000 a year off of your credit card processing.
You were hoping what?
I wouldn't owe you money at the end of the day.
No, you don't owe us money.
Because at the end of the day, the goal of a business is to create time freedom and financial freedom. In order to do that, you need to create additional profits.
The number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year. We are Jared and Jennifer Johnson. We own Platinum Pest and Lawn and are located in Owasso, Oklahoma. And we have been working with Thrive for business coaching for almost a year now.
Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to share some wins with you guys that we've had by working with Thrive. First of all, we're on the top page of Google now. Okay. I just want to let you know what type of accomplishment this is. Our competition, Orkin, Terminex, they're both $1.3 billion companies. They both have 2,000 to 3,000 pages of content attached to their website. So to basically go from virtually non-existent on Google to up on the top page is really saying something. But that's come by being diligent to the systems that Thrive has, by being consistent and diligent on doing podcasts and staying on top of those podcasts to really help with getting up on with their listing and ranking there with Google.
And also we've been trying to get Google reviews, asking our customers for reviews. And now we're the highest rated and most reviewed pest and lawn company in the Tulsa area. And that's really helped with our conversion rate. And the number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year.
Wait, say that again. How much are we up?
411%.
Okay, so 411% we're up with our new customers. Amazing.
Right. So not only do we have more customers calling in, we're able to close those deals at a much higher rate than we were before. Right now, our closing rate is about 85%, and that's largely due to, first of all, like our Google reviews that we've gotten people really see that our customers are happy, but also we have a script that we follow. And so when customers call in, they get all the information that they need. That script has been refined time and time again. It wasn't a one and done deal. It was a system that we followed with Thrive in the refining process, and that has obviously the 411% shows that system works.
Yeah. So here's a big one for you. So last week alone, our booking percentage was 91%. We actually booked more deals, more new customers last year than we did the first 5 months. Or I'm sorry, we booked more deals last week than we did the first 5 months of last year from before we worked with Thrive. So again, we booked more deals last week than the first 5 months of last year. And it's incredible. But the reason why we have that success is by implementing the systems that Thrive has taught us and helped us out with. So.
Some of those systems that we've implemented are group interviews. That way we've really been able to come up with a really great team. We've created and implemented checklists. That way everything gets done and it gets done right. It creates accountability. We're able to make sure that everything gets done properly, both out in the field and also in our office. And also doing the podcast, like Jared had mentioned, that has really, really contributed to our success. But that, like you said, the diligence and consistency in doing those and that system has really, really been a big blessing in our lives. And also, it's really shown that we've gotten the success from following those systems.
Yeah. So before working with Thrive, we were basically stuck. Really no new growth with our business. And we were in a rut and we didn't know.
The last 3 years, our customer base had pretty much stayed the same. We weren't shrinking, but we weren't really growing either.
Yeah, and so we didn't really know where to go, what to do, how to get out of this rut that we're in. But Thrive helped us with that. They implemented those systems. They taught us those systems. They taught us the knowledge that we needed in order to succeed. Now it's been a grind. Absolutely, it's been a grind this last year. But we're getting those fruits from that hard work and the diligent effort that we're able to put into it. So again, we were in a rut. Thrive helped us get out of that rut. And if you're thinking about working with Thrive, quit thinking about it and just do it. Do the action, and you'll get the results. It will take hard work and discipline, but that's what it's going to take in order to really succeed. So we just want to give a big shout out to Thrive, a big thank you out there to Thrive. We wouldn't be where we're at now without their help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Moore. I'm a pediatric dentist. Through our new digital marketing plan, we have seen a marked increase in the number of new patients that we're seeing every month, year over year. One month, for example, we went from 110 new patients the previous year to over 180 new patients in the same month. And overall, our average is running about 40 to 42% increase month over month, year over year. The group of people required to implement our new digital marketing plan is immense, starting with a business coach, videographers, photographers, web designers. Back when I graduated dental school in 1985, nobody advertised. The only marketing that was ethically allowed in everybody's eyes was mouth-to-mouth marketing. By choosing to use the services, you're choosing to use a proven turnkey marketing and coaching system that will grow your practice and get you the results that you're looking for. I went to the University of Oklahoma College of Dentistry, graduated in 1983, and then I did my pediatric dental residency at Baylor College of Dentistry from 1983 to 1985.
Hello, my name is Charles Kolaw with Kolaw Fitness. Today I want to tell you a little bit about Clay Clark and how I know Clay Clark. Clay Clark has been my business coach since 2017. He's helped us grow from 2 locations to now 6 locations. We're planning to do 7 locations in 7 years and then franchise. And Clay has done a great job of helping us navigate anything that has to do with like running the business, building the systems, the checklists, the workflows, the audits, how to navigate lease agreements, how to buy property, how to work with brokers and builders. This guy is just amazing. He's this kind of guy has worked in every single industry. He's written books with like Lee Cockrell, head of Disney, with the 40,000 cast members. He's friends with like Mike Lindell. He does Reawaken America tours where he does these tours all across the country where 10,000 or more people show up to some of these tours. On the day-to-day, he does anywhere from about 160 companies. He's at the top. He has a team of business coaches, videographers, and graphic designers and web developers, and they run 160 companies every single week. So think of this guy with a team of business coaches running 160 companies. So in the weekly, he's running 160 companies. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's doing Reawaken America tours. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's also doing business conferences where 200 people show up, and he teaches people a 13-step proven system that he's done and worked with billionaires, helping them grow their companies. I've seen guys from startups go from startup to being multimillionaires, teaching people how to get time freedom and financial freedom through the system. Critical thinking, document creation, putting it into organizing everything in their head to building into a franchisable, scalable business. Like one of his businesses has like 500 franchises. That's just one of the companies or brands that he works with. So amazing guy, Elon Musk kind of like smart guy. He kind of comes off sometimes as socially awkward, but he's so brilliant and he's taught me so much. When I say that, like Clay is like, he doesn't care what people think when you're talking to him. He cares about where you're going in your life and where he can get you to go. And that's what I like him most about him. He's like a good coach. A coach isn't just making you feel good all the time. A coach is actually helping you get to the best you. And Clay has been an amazing business coach. Through the course of that, we became friends. I was really most impressed with him is when I was shadowing him one time. We went into a business deal and listened to it. I got to shadow and listen to it. And when we walked out, I knew that he could make millions on the deal. And they were super excited about working with him. And he told me, he's like, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to turn it down because he knew it was going to harm the common good of people in the long run. And the guy's integrity just really wowed me. It brought tears to my eyes to see that this guy, his highest desire was to do what's right. And anyways, just an amazing man. So anyways, impacted me a lot. He's helped navigate anytime I've got nervous or worried about how to run the company or, navigating competition and an economy that's like, I remember we got closed down for 3 months. He helped us navigate on how to stay open, how to get back open, how to just survive through all the COVID shutdowns, lockdowns.
I'm Rachel with Tip Top Canine, and we just want to give a huge thank you to Clay Vanessa Clark.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan with Tip Top Canine. Just want to say a big thank you to Thrive 15. Thank you to Make Your Life Epic. We love you guys, we appreciate you, and really just appreciate how far you've taken us. This is our old house, right? This is where we used to live a few years ago. This is our old neighborhood. See? It's nice, right? So this is my old van and our old school marketing, and this is our old team. And by team, I mean it's me and another guy.
This is our new house with with our new neighborhood. This is our new van with our new marketing, and this is our new team. We went from 4 to 14, and I took this beautiful photo. We worked with several different business coaches in the past, and they were all about helping Ryan sell better and just teaching sales, which is awesome, but Ryan is a really great salesman. So we didn't need that. We needed somebody to help us get everything that was in his head out into systems, into manuals and scripts, and actually build a team. So now that we have systems in place, we've gone from 1 to 10 locations in only a year.
In October 2016, we grossed 13 grand for the whole month. Right now it's 2018, the month of October. It's only the 22nd. We've already grossed a little over 50 grand for the whole month, and we still have time to go. We're just thankful for you, thankful for Thrive and your mentorship, and we're really thankful that you guys have helped us to grow a business that we run now instead of the business running us. Just thank you times 1,000.
The Thrive Time Show 2-day interactive business workshops are the highest and most reviewed business workshops on the planet.
You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it, it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you.
If we go back 8 years ago, think about the number of clients you had back then versus the number of clients you have now. As a percentage, what has been the growth over the past 8 years, do you think? We got to inspire somebody out there who just doesn't have the time to listen to their calls.
Okay, so Clay, it's like I would go up and down from about $10,000 a month up to about $40,000, but it's up and down roller coaster, and so now we've got it to where we're in excess of 100 clients.
That's awesome.
And so I would have anywhere from 5 clients to 20 clients on my own with networking, but I had no control over it. I didn't. Without the systems, you're going to be victimized by your own business.
For somebody out there who struggles with math, if you, let's say that your average number of clients was 30 and you go to 100, as a percentage, what is that?
I have grown. I have doubled every year since working with you. So I've doubled in clients, I've doubled in revenue every year. It's 100% growth every year I've worked with. Now, so I'm looking, we've been good friends 7-8 years, and I've got doubled 5 times.
Which is just incredible. I mean, the first time you do it, that's one thing, but when you do it repeatedly,
yeah,
I mean, that's unbelievable.
We're working our Blessed Assurance off this year to double. We're planning on doubling again. We're incorporating new some new things in there to really help us do it, but we are going to double again this year. I started coaching, but it would go up and down, Clay. That's when I came to you, as I was going up and down, and I wanted to go up and up instead of up and down. And so that's when it needed a system. So creating a system is you have nailed down specific steps that you're going to take no matter how you feel, no matter the results. You lean into them and you do them regardless of what's happening. You lean into them and it will give you X number of leads. You follow up with those leads, turns into sales. Well, I tell you, it's if you don't have a script and you don't have a system, then every day is a whole new creation. You're creating a lot of energy just to figure out what are you going to do.
Right.
And the best executives, Peter Drucker is a father of modern management. He said the most effective executives make one decision a year. What you do is you make a decision, what is your system, and then you work like the Dickens to make sure you follow that system. And so that's really what it's all about. So with a script here, we have a brand new gal that just came in working for us. She nailed down the script, and she's been nailing down appointments. Usually we try to get one appointment for every 100 calls. We make 200 to 300 calls a day per rep.
Right.
And she's been nailing down 5 and 8 appointments a day.
Somebody out there is having a hard time.
That script.
So she's making how many calls a day?
She's making between 200 and 300 calls a day.
Whoa. And our relationship is weird in that we do. If someone were to buy an Apple computer today, and or let's say you bought a personal computer, a PC, the computer is made by, let's say, Dell, but then the software in the computer would be Microsoft, let's say, or Adobe or whatever that is. So I basically make the systems, and you're like the computer and I'm like the software. It's kind of how I would describe our relationship. Yeah. Tim, I want to ask you this. You and I reconnected. I think it was in the year 2000 and what was it? Maybe 2010. Is that right? 2011 maybe? Or no, maybe further down the road. Maybe 2013.
2012.
Okay, so 2012, and at that time I was 5 years removed from the DJ business, and you were how many years removed from tax and accounting software?
It was about 10, 11 years.
We met. How did we re-meet? What was the first interaction? There was some interaction where you and I first connected. I just remember that somehow you and I went to Hideaway Pizza. But do you remember when we first reconnected?
Yeah. Well, we had that speaking thing that.
There it was. So it was Victory Christian Center. I was speaking there.
My name is Robert Redmond. I actually first met Clay almost 3 years ago to the day. I don't know if he remembers it or not, but I wasn't working with him at the time. I asked to see him and just ask him some questions to help, direct my life, to get some mentorship. But I've been working with Clay for now just over a year. The role I play here is a business coach, business consultant. I work with different businesses, implementing best practice processes and systems that I have learned here by working with Clay. And the experience working here has, to put it real plainly, has been just life-changing. I have not only learned new things and have gained new knowledge, but I have gained a whole new mindset that I believe wherever I end up will serve me well throughout the rest of my life. Since working with Clay, I have learned so much. I mean, I would like to say almost everything about business in terms of the different categories. I haven't learned it all, but I've learned all about marketing. I've learned about advertising. I've learned about branding. I've learned how to create a sales process for organizations in any industry. I've learned how to sell. I've learned how to create repeatable systems and processes and hold people accountable. How to hire people. It's almost like every aspect of a business you can learn. I have learned a lot in those different categories. And then, again, the mindset that I've gained here has been huge. Working here, you can't be a mediocre person. You are called to a higher standard of excellence. And then as you're called to that standard here, you begin to see those outcomes in every area of your life, that standard of excellence that you want to implement no matter what you're involved in. I would like to describe the other people that work with Clay are people that are going somewhere with their life. Marshall in the group interview talks about how the best fits for this organization are the people that are goal-oriented. So they're on their own trajectory, and we're on our own trajectory. And the best fits are those people where there can be a mutually beneficial relationship, that as we pursue our goals and we help the business pursue those goals, the business helps us pursue our goals as well. And so I'd say people that are driven, people that want to make something of their lives, people that are goal-oriented, they're focused, and they're committed to overcoming any adversity that may come their way. Clay's passion for helping business owners grow their businesses it's unique in that I don't know if there's anyone else that can be as passionate. Whenever a business starts working with Clay, it's almost as like Clay is running that business in the sense that he has something at stake. He's just serving them. They're one of his clients, but it's as if he is actively involved in the business. Whenever they have a win, he's posting it all over his social media. He's shouting it across the room here at Thrive. He's sending people encouraging messages. He can kind of be that life coach and business coach in terms of being that a motivator and that champion for people's businesses. It's again unique because there's no one else I've seen get so excited about and passionate about other people's businesses. The kind of people that wouldn't like working with Clay are people that are satisfied with mediocrity. People that want to get through life by just doing enough, by just getting by. People who are not looking to develop themselves, people who are not coachable, people who think that they know it all and they're unwilling to change. I would say those are the type of people. In short, anyone that's content with mediocrity would not like working with Clay. So if you're meeting Clay for the first time, the advice I'd give you is definitely come ready to take tons of notes. Every time Clay speaks, he it gives you a wealth of knowledge that you don't want to miss. I remember the first time that I met Clay, I literally carried a notebook with me all around. I was looking at this notebook the other day, actually. I carried a notebook with me all around, and I just took tons of notes. I filled the entire notebook in about 3 or 4 months, just from being around Clay, following him, and learning from him. And then I would say, come coachable. Be open to learning something new. Be open to challenging yourself. Be open to learning and adjusting parts about you that need to be adjusted.